So around 46, you made a decision that just being a protector and a provider was not all you wanted to do anymore.
I saw it destroying my marriage, man.
Really?
I lacked patience. Um, I I didn't even understand emotions as far as what a woman is feeling. So again, I mean, my brothers were drug dealers, and I grew up in a area where I'm in the middle of gangs from Each Mile Road in Detroit. So I didn't know how to express or really feel emotions outside of being tough and strong or appearing to be what we would call a thug, which I've made an acronym for, which is a traumatized human unable to grieve. I I said, this isn't living. And when me and Nicole, we were arguing our last time before we decided to get a separation in 2015. So look at the time span there. I said, I need to really dig deep into what's causing me to be this man. What's causing me not to embrace all of the human attributes that I've been given by the Most High. And it was my childhood trauma. It was my father wound. It was the losses that I've experienced that had shaped my mind into believing another loss is coming. You weren't even good enough for your father to affirm you. But upon deeper reflection, I realized that I didn't have a bad father. I just had a father who had been wounded and didn't go through his process. He loved me. But again, he came from an era where the masculine male was the gold standard. And so until I saw the truth there, before he died, we were able to reconcile, which was beautiful. And he was called by God to be a pastor, but ran from it because he didn't want to be perceived as a pimp. Because in his era, the pimps transitioned into being a pastor.
Really?
Yeah. And he told me the story. I couldn't believe it. He says, you tax exempt still.
So they were just
Yeah,
they're a pimp, but
Yeah,
they were getting
yeah.
more out of it.
Still drove a nice car.
Wow.
And all you had to do was to pander to the women's emotions.
Oh my gosh.
So my father was a barber, very popular in Detroit. So he cut a lot of the pimp's hair back then.
Wow.
And a lot of them would tell him, big O, man, nothing like being a pastor. It's almost just like being a pimp. But he allowed that to stop his calling. He could have changed it. But because he was just a masculine male, my father was a provider. He would work 12, 13-hour days, come home, wore out. At the end of his life, he couldn't walk. He had Parkinson's disease. My mother worried to death. He worked to death.
Wow.
So those are two extremes that I learned from. And I said, I'm not going to be either. I learned from my dad to make sure I take rest in between work. If you don't take a break, I often say you eventually break. And with my mom, the brain wasn't meant to hold the trauma she experienced. My grandfather was lynched. Her first marriage was abusive. Then my brother gets. So all of this she couldn't let go. And what was amazing, brother, she didn't find peace, my mom, until she started to forget.
Forget.
Yeah, because of dementia, she couldn't remember all of the trauma.
So she had peace because she wasn't holding on to the memory.
Yes.
If you don't have the memory, if you let go of the memory,
Now you have the peace.
you're like an empty vessel that can experience joy and love and harmony again.
That's why the scriptures say, cast your cares upon God. We tend to hold them and grasp and hold it and control it. And that's what wears us down, especially as men. We can't rest. We can't let go of the disappointments of the day. We're still trying to work when we should be resting. That's what tomorrow is for. Table those things, find rest, and then get up and hit it hard again. But again, if your whole identity isn't working and performing,
And
we can't
success.
sleep.
Yeah.
We can't sleep.
Yeah.
And I guess that's one of the greatest blessings of me knowing so many influential individuals. I get to see the side that people don't see.
Yeah, of course.
And I said, well, money isn't the answer. Being a celebrity isn't the answer. Being a professional athlete or fighter isn't the answer. But being authentic in who you are is the answer. For me, when I found my purpose in Christ, when I found my purpose in following the Most High, that really solidified me, I would say, in being a comprehensive man. Because again, you could be multifaceted, but without a purpose, you're just a busy person.
Do you know any men today, either unknown or successful, influential men who have zero relationship with God, that live a harmonious, peaceful, and successful life?
No. When I get to meet them behind the closed doors,
You see the pain.
I see the pain, the facade comes off. They willingly take it off because they're tired of wearing it. The Superman cape that's been strangling them. Take it off. No. The millionaires, no. Because the money, see, the thing about being a millionaire, what I've learned, you can do everything. Man, if I could go to Spain, this to give me a break. You do it, now you still don't find peace.
Yeah, you still have to live with you
Yeah.
in space.
So
or wherever.
someone, the average guy, can always have that dream or that vision. Like, one day when I can do this or get this house or get this firm, that's when everything will be together. The millionaire has done everything and still is unhappy. Still doesn't have peace.
It's almost worse in a sense, because I did everything I thought was going to give me peace. It didn't. Now what?
There you go.
Now something is really wrong with
Exactly. And so I say, no matter where you go, there you will be.
me. Uh-huh.
You can't escape yourself. And so I never was one to, adhere to escapism. Always tried to find my peace in where I'm at.
Did you have a lot of escapism, though, before the last 10 years?
Of course, as men, we're conditioned that way. We, work hard, become a millionaire, travel, buy your way, buy your peace, get the right people around you. Even with the right people around you, if you hadn't did the work inside, you won't have it. And so for me, it took for me to surrender my life to Yeshua or Jesus to really find that peace, to purge all of this pain that was in my heart. Because I didn't grow up in the church. I didn't want to walk this path.
You didn't grow up and go to church at all?
My mother, what I mean by grow up, meaning I was a part of the culture, meaning my mother made me go. But as soon as I got to the age where she could trust me at home alone, I stopped going.
Yeah.
And so, but when I truly accepted him in my life, the process still was a journey. It's not like, it's not magic, like instant, it's gone. It comes with work. It is written that we should consider, when we test and trials, is joy. We should be joyful when that happens because it develops our faith and perseverance.
When there's a trial.
Yes. And then, of course, we're going to lose loved ones, but we don't grieve like the world. So those are the type of things that were instilled in me through this transformation I had, because I know I get to see my mother and father again. My hope is different from those that are in this world. And then my identity is in not what I do, it's in him.